What is up, Frog friends and fam? Welcome back to another edition of Marketflow presented by Thor, presented by Mode. We're going to jump right into it. You see the BTC King here pulling the green candles, and maybe that's what we're about to see. I've been pre-recording these this week just because I've been busy IRL, and I'm sure you guys are too, so let's get right to it. Looking at Thor, going straight to Thor as usual, looking at the 4 hour and the 1 day, we still have those same calls that we were talking about for these shorts. Let's get right into the charts and take a look, get a visual of where we're at. You remember last week we left off, we were breaking up above the short-term EMA, even getting up above the long-term and testing the long-term EMA, getting up above our downtrend, and even getting into bullish territory, above neutral on the RSI. However, we said to continue this bullish activity, this bullish momentum, to see this pattern, we were going to need to see support on the EMAs, support on the RSI, make that higher low, and turn back up. And we did not hold the support on the downtrend. We fell back under. We did not hold support on the RSI, fell back under. We did not hold support on the EMA, we fell back under. However, if we form this lower high here, this gives us that kind of inverted head and shoulders pattern that you sometimes hear people talk about. As long as we hold this higher low, even if we fill this big candle and hold that higher low, feeling pretty good about where Bitcoin's at right now. Man, if market sentiment is this low and Bitcoin's at 61,000, hold on, because I think this bull's going to get crazy. If we do find that support, turn back up, and the RSI may be one of our first indicators of holding and going bull here. So watch the RSI, see if it turns back up, because that's going to help us get back above the EMAs, keep our support, and reach up toward these Thor shorts sitting here at 69.7K with a take profit right back on these tops, right? If we break out, we're going to come down and retest these EMAs for support. So our take profit for that short will be here about 64.4. And then if we go make this new high, but don't smash through, if we get up here just above these last highs and retesting highs, basically wicking into the highs, look for us to come down and again test these tops down here with the profit point of 67. So if we pump up to that 74, look for us to test 67 before we either continue lower or possibly find support and then turn up from there. But that's our bullish scenario for Bitcoin right now. If the RSI can hold on, we get this higher low and we get up above and find support on 1, our DCA zone, 2, the EMAs, 3, the downtrend, we could be looking to go bull. So excited about that. Now, let's look at our bearish sequence, because we've been looking and playing out this bearish scenario ever since this lower high. We've been coming down, filling Thor calls, coming down, filling Thor calls, but we said if we meet resistance, if we can't hold the RSI, if we can't get above the EMAs, if we can't hold above the downtrend, we may be heading toward that lower low. So this is what I'm looking at right now. Remember, we had that DCA zone down here at 56K. We got one at 52K and 46. What I'm really looking for now from Bitcoin, what's the RSI do? If the RSI starts to turn up and price continues to drop a little bit, I think this could give us a good bounce right here. Not financial advice, do your own research. What Thor tells us, it doesn't say the market's going up, the market's going down. What it's saying is if we pump up to 69, look to take a short and take profits at 64. If we pump up to 74, look for us to retest down here at 67. So Our bearish scenarios, we do find and keep resistance here. We do head toward those lower lows. If we drop this 56, I see is dropping all the way to the 52. So keep an eye on that. Looking at our bread and butter here on Solana. Solana's taken a big hit compared to the rest of the market, but look at the bull run that Solana had. It led the bull run. It led altcoins, and when altcoin season starts, I expect more of the same, to be honest. So you see, we got a whole lot of boxes and everything going on here. If I take off Bitcoin, we scroll down here and find Sol USDC. You can see we've got a whole lot of calls stacked up. These are the same calls we had last week. This is one of the indicators that we had that we may be doing this sideways range, is because we're sitting, almost dead near that wedge, and we've got calls to the upside and downside. So we left off last week with this short, and this short has filled. And now, is this going to be our break and our retest? Are we getting our retest right here? You see the RSI may be trying to hold. We're just under the EMA. We could break out back above it. Remember, we said this looked like our bullish pattern. If we can get up above, get this break, looks like it occurred pretty quickly. This break and this retest, if we can get that, we could be going and starting the leg up into these other zones that give us these shorts, these short calls by Thor. So, our next one, we're looking to break through this zone. If we break through this zone of 161, not only do I think we're going to fill these shorts and find support here, but if we hit that 161, that invalidates this big call down here at 65. We have a Thor long that goes from 65 all the way up to 100. This is a big call. This is a big zone. And, is it bearish to go this low? You got to zoom out and really take a look. But this is a big call. What is bullish, I would say, is if we break and hold above this 161, we eliminate this long call. And then maybe we can continue the bull run. If we don't hold, if we do keep this resistance, we can't hold above the downtrend. We can't hold above the EMAs. We fall back under on the RSI. We also have a Thor call down here just above $100 with a take profit right at the high of the last leg up in this run, right? So, perfect retest zone, not financial advice. Do your own research. If we fall back down into this 100 zone, fill this Thor long call, it wouldn't surprise me if somewhere down here is where we get this break, retest, fill that call, and if this plays out, this could be the best entry you get for the rest of this bull leg, the rest of this bull run. So we'll see what happens there. But remember, we've got some long calls sitting down here at 100. We've got shorts up here at 170, but we really need to get through this 161. You can see how much it's been resistance every time we've tried to fill this fair price gap. So we'll see what happens there. That's what we're looking at. We've got our bullish, we've got our bearish. Let me know what you guys are thinking, which way we're going. The fact that Bitcoin is looking to hold it, and Solana looks like it is kind of, man, we're getting a real pinch. We're either going to get these EMAs to spread apart fast, and I think give us that lower low, or they're going to converge soon, and we're going to fill this zone and break free of it and begin the bull again. So be prepared for both directions. Let me know what you guys think. Looking over at Kira. Kira right below our 60% line, but look how strong this bottom has been and this wedge that we're forming. Um, what do we talk about when we talk about any type of, I'm just going to say, shit coin, meme coin, low market cap coin in general? We always see them take the big hits and big retraces, right? What do we talk about on live stream? If you see a coin that is taken between a 60 and an 80% retrace, it still has a strong narrative. It still has a strong community. It still has a team working behind it and people that are bullish for a reason. You usually see some good returns from that coin. If you do the math between the fully diluted market cap, the max token supply, and you go on Twitter or into the Frogs Discord, you look at the sentiment, you take one look at the fucking team that's working behind the scenes on this, you're going to get your answers to, does this still have strong sentiment? Does it have team? Does it have use case? And does it have community behind it? For me, it does. That's why I'm still accumulating Kira. And to me, it is a blessing that I can get it down here at 10 cents again. 10-cent Kira to me is almost like getting dollar jupe. It is one of those things that if I can get it, I am going to grab it. And I am going to be extremely happy when this bull cycle plays out, no matter how long it takes. And look at this. We are sitting right back on our zone at just about $1. If you get anywhere under $1 for Jupe, look how strong a support it's been. Great buy territory. We're talking about Solana, Bitcoin, Jupe, everything's been going kind of sideways. We look at Bonk. Bonk had a big breakout and is now ranging sideways, looking to find support on top of this fair price gap. And if it does, look what happens every time Bonk ranges sideways. When Bonk ranges sideways, it eventually explodes. I expect nothing less, especially since we saw some crazy wicks that went all the way up here to new all-time highs. I don't really consider them. That was crazy price action. Is that whales? Is that pools? Not really sure, but you can see where my TA is. My TA said this is where we're breaking downtrend, finding support. So if we've got the break, the retest, finding support, I'm bullish on Bonk. I'm ready to go with it. We do have Bonk. We do have Jupe. We got Sol. We got BTC. Guys, just look at the access of calls that Thor gives you. We have, if you see these are the active calls that have hit entry zone or on their way. The rest of these that say waiting are all calls that you could take advantage of. Oh, let me turn on the 1 hour and 15 minutes as well because that exponentially increases. But guys, there's always another call. There's always plays to be made. There's always plays that are running. Thor prints. Frogs, fuck, Thor prints. If you haven't got this by now, I opened the stream by saying welcome Frog, friends, and fam. If you're not part of the Frog family yet, if you're even not just a friend yet, maybe this is opening your eyes to see what all we offer. And not only do we offer all these manual signals that you can be taking and printing from, but we have AutoThor. Everywhere you see these green boxes are calls that we took profit on from Thor that we called here in Marketflow. These green boxes are all profitable calls that you could have been taking with us. And this is just looking at 2 assets. Look at all the other assets that Thor offered. If you still don't like looking at charts, you still don't understand the numbers, you're not much of a trader, you get emotional with it, come look at AutoThor. We have the AutoThor contract. Users right now have just over 2 million TVL locked in the contract, and our average user is experiencing 40 to 45% P&L. 43.96 is our average user profit rate right now. You can see Thor has been accumulating. Did you sell up here? You sold from 170, sold at 180, sold at 190, and then really unloaded bags here at 200. Next time we topped off on the double top, you sold all the way out on the double top and have been accumulating ever since, right? If you don't say yes to those questions, maybe you should consider AutoThor selling for you up here 190 into the 200s and accumulating for you all the way back down here in the 150s, down to even looks like 125 was one of our buys. The way it works, we have a balance between the USDC and Solana. Thor does its thing, and what it's not trading with, it is staking. If you're not a trader, take a look into AutoThor. If you are a trader, remember we have the manual signals, we have Marketflow here, Frogs Fuck, Thor Prince, Kira's Gonna Moon. Don't get left behind as one of the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Frogs Fuck, Thor Prince. Appreciate y'all. I will be back for live sessions next week. Let's bring the bull back.